Okay, so once again, welcome back everybody in my channel today. We are on the day number 13 and now I can say little confidently we have reached on the 60% of the syllabus. So we were on the slide number 30. Yes. So one of the my viewer put a question to me on the LinkedIn that Atul, I saw your this session and I saw there was 79 slides. So let me tell you that these are not the 79 slides. Only 30 or 30, not 30, 34 or 35 slides I prepared. Rest are from my previous sessions only. So don't get confused that 79 slides means how many seasons we are going to be or the video is going to be for this particular part. Don't worry on that part. So we're on the day number 12 now. I am thinking that by day 17 or 18, it will be get over quickly. So in the last session, we discussed a lot about the workspace analyst. We discussed about the manual flows, workflows, agent factor, time zone, location, scale, escalation group, and other things will be there. And as I say, major incident management workspace not available in the PDI, so we're not able to discuss much on that particular part. Now I'm going to be discussing another topic called the security tags. And these tags are different than these tags. Don't mix these two tags. These are the two different tags. These are the normal tags and these are the security tags. What this tagging means is that I want to highlight my incident. Either it's a red, it's a green, or it's an amber, which we say, right? By seeing the tag, I can see it is a good or it is a bad process. Like if, or I can say it is a priority one or not, or priority incident for me or not. So what says, and also one more important point is that let me come here on this and come on the tags. DevOps, self-service, and these are the tags. Let me see. Open this. Yep. So I'll start with the TLP. Why TLP? TLP stand for the, I guess, transaction lock protocol, something. Let me say TLP tags. Come on. Traffic light protocol means by seeing this tag, you can see or you can identify that what type of incident it is. And total 4 type of tag ServiceNow provides. So if you come here and you can see, let me go back here on my workspace. Wow, that's nice. Okay, here. And you can see here, we have a TLP one, this green, white, amber, and red. I am coming from the examination perspective, guys. Very much important this slide and very much confusing. Okay, what the meaning of the green here? Because ServiceNow mainly introduced 3 types, or let's say what is the white mean here? Okay, let me put in the broader. White says information carries minimal or no foreseeable risk of misuse in accordance with applicable rules and procedure in the public release. Means when, so it's like the confidential level which we put in our documents in our officials or in the companies, right? We put it's a strictly confidential, it's a public available, it's a private one. The something similar is work here. It can, what TLP White says, information may be distributed without restriction subject to copyright controls. It means you can share this information with everybody until there is no copyright control or subject to copyright control. One. Now it is depend on the user who is going to be use this. It is his understanding and the customer, sorry, what I can say, not customer. It is customer or the account responsibility that what type of incident they want to mark as a green, white, red, and amber. These things only for the classification tags are used. There's no other use of this, no configuration, no what I can say scripting or something, just for the tracking purpose, not tracking, tagging purpose or the classification purpose that can I share this information outside or not. So this is the information aware for the all participating organization as well as the peer within the broader community or the sector. So how I remember these 4 terms, I remember these words. If community or sector came, it is the green. And in this, it is not via publicly accessible channels. Means it is only within the organization or the committee you can share, not outside that. Now, TLP Amber. TLP Amber says information effectively acted upon but carries risk to the privacy or reputation or operation if shared the outside. So this is the third point I remember, that something which called the reputation or the operation, it is the Amber. And information with members of their own organization who needs to know only the widely as necessary act on that part. You can share, but only with the limited, because this contains the privacy risk. So better not to share a lot and put the Amber one. Means Amber ones we have to be, so Amber means you have to be think twice or thrice before you share, because it carries the privacy risk if it is going in the wrong or unauthorized or the unwanted person hand. And the last is red one. No doubt what it means specifically. This is the information acted upon by additional parties could lead to the impact of the party's privacy reputation if misused. And in this you cannot disclose information within the any parties outside of specific exchange meeting organization is originally disclosed. Means only within the limited parties we can do. So what, how I remember, it's privacy part, party privacy come here. In the previous one is the privacy risk, but here the privacy, party privacy reputation, the this part. So this is what we have to be understand, that how this thing has been built up. I'm telling you from experience, 4 attempt and every time question came from these four points. So one question you can correct by reading this or remember these examples, and then you can proceed further on that particular part. And you can use the tags on any of the incidents. So if I put like this, red, so you can see like this, it will become white. Only one tag will work at a time. But in this case, I can see it's work 2. But in this case, it is only 1. Can we add multiple tags, TLP tags? I doubt. Well, let's see. Do we have any option here? Oh yeah, we have an option here. So you can create your own as well. But again, if you are doing, then you have to be define the definition very clearly, very properly, and who can use these security tags groups. Like for denying, for meta tags or TLP, it's a TLP part. So there are 2 more types of this one, meta tags and enrichment. So you can see here. Meta tag, this one. So you can create under this, or you want to create under this, you can create it. But again, it's totally depend on the business, that how or what they want to be used, what they want to do. This is what is important to understand here. This is about the security tagging here. Practically, it is very good example perspective. It is again very good part. Now I come to the next part. So this has been done. Coming to slide number 31. If you remember that in the setup assistant, we have a concept called the process selection and the process definition. Process selection and definition. Selection and definition. If I speak from the ITSM perspective, we have a normal process. Our incident will be in the new, in progress, resolved, closed, cancelled, on hold. But here the things are a little different, because it is a security incident. Sometimes we have to be skip some steps and move to the next one, and sometimes we have to be follow the correct step on that particular part. Okay, this process selection and definition tell that how the life cycle of a security incident will work. It is nothing but it is a stages. Which you see here, if I can show you on this one, let me go to the normal one. RITOS security incident, and let's say show all open. Like this. This is what I'm talking here. These are the stages, and you can see the tags available here as well. Okay, so these are the stages, and these stages are coming from this particular module, process selection and definition. important point for the examination perspective, one question will definitely come. Now the question comes that why we are discussing it. Because ServiceNow provide us three type of processes. One is NIST stateful. Let me come here. Very interesting. When I read it first time, it was very interesting. NIST stateful, NIST open, and SANS open. By default, ServiceNow activated the NIST stateful. Now the question comes, Atul, what is the meaning of the stateful here? Stateful means that you cannot skip the sequence. What this means? That if I follow in the NIST stateful, if I go back here, this one. So in the NIST, we have a analysis part. So if it is a stateful, then draft, to analyze, to contain, to eradicate, to recover, to review, to close, and the cancel. But if it is NIST open, then you can go from draft to contain, to eradicate, to recover, and to review. Only difference between NIST and SANS is the identification. In this we have analysis, in this we have a identification. Wording, process, definitions, all same. But these are the two different, because this is what ServiceNow says, that you have these three things to be done on your part. Okay. Now if I want to be sure a little bit more on that part, let me come here. This thing, or the same screenshot I put it here. Okay. Don't see this. I guess this is some old one which I put it. Okay. So from the examination perspective, you have to be understand this part. Now the question come, Atul, where in the ServiceNow we can go and see that what we are using at point of time. So we can go here and we can say process, and where is the security incident? This one, process selection and the process definition. One or two questions will definitely come from this. It can be like, what are the different stages in these two, or how this process selection definition work. Let's say process definition. This is what given by ServiceNow. Again, if you want, you can create your own as well. You can create, but again, this particular thing work with a script include. So you have to be write the code. I'm not a developer, even the single coder as well, but I can suggest you that where it need to be work. So if you open this NIST stateful, again, same thing, global application, and all the code has been mentioned in this part. Let me see, copy and try to include this on the script include. Script includes in this under the system policies. And now I'll search it here. Oops. Okay, not here. Let me, the best part. Oh, this is not the referencing one. System definitions. We're in the right tab, right? System. Okay, system definition, not the sys. Sorry, I pick up the UIs. My bad. Array. Why it's not be there? System definition, script include. Let me try to put asterisk or something is there. No, come on. Maybe let come here and see. But I remember that this is what we have to be do. And we have to be include this script one, because this is little technical part when you talk about the script include, because this is the question came in one of the attempt I did. And they asked me the script include name as well. They asked me that, oh, this is a table, or I'm looking on the not, maybe I'm looking somewhere else only. Okay, so this is what there where we have to be define it, and where to use. Come here and search for the process selection here. And by default, sorry, process selection. By default, we have only this one. process selection is available, we can use this part. Okay, I'm not going much in the deep because that is not required, but for the understanding perspective, this is important that how these things are working together. Means when I say working together means to build the process definitions or to build the process selections, we have to be go to this particular part only. Okay, let me see what topic I have here. Yep. Okay, sorry. So this is what we can do. And if you want to be open, you can go to the process definition and you can see the SANS open. And if you want to create your own, you can create it, but you have to be write the script include for your own. That is what important point here. Easy to do, little practical part, but yes, we can do that part very quickly. Now let's come to the next topic. Oh, very interesting. So this we done this part. Risk calculator. So if you see here, if you come on the screen and let me open an incident. RITY security incident and open it. Show all open. Yes. Come here. Risk score 95. How this risk score get calculated? Now we need to be understand that part. Do we have something similar to the change management, like we have a risk assessment where we can go and fill some details and get the value updated, or we have to be configure it somewhere else so that we can work on this thing. Before we go to this concept, let's understand a little bit about the risk calculator, that how this 95 get calculated. This is the, I guess this incident has been closed, right? Yes, let me try to be open an incident which is in the open state. Review, because this risk get calculated automatically with some factors that we need to be understand on that particular part. Do we have anything on the right click, something on the risk? No. Okay, now let's come back here to be discuss. Why discussion is required? Let's not discuss practical part that how this risk can be configured. Let's discuss from the examination perspective that what are the points important on the risk one. This is a very small topic, but it is very important to understand from the theoretical part. Okay. Number one, why we need the risk score? So that we can prioritize it. That is the number first part. And risk score has a two calculator. One, set the priority. Yes, set the priority with category and the service combination, and set the priority with the observable. There are two calculators here available. Let me show you in the parallel side as well. Not this one. Let's only risk this one is score configuration. This is what I'll come on that part. Okay, so these two are the calculators from which from these two combination the risk get calculated as a 95, 96, 98 or these parts. Okay, but to do that part, these 5 or 6 parameter has been considered. Number one, we consider the CI business impact, security incident business impact, security incident priority, security incident severity, and user business impact. These are the 5 factors, or sorry, 6 factors has been used to calculate the risk score. Again, I'm repeating, this is very much important point to be remembered from the examination perspective. Practically, definitely we'll give a try that how it can be configured, but theoretically, because our main point is that we have to be go for the exam as well. So for that, what is the configuration item business impact. It looks on the business impact of the CI. Maybe it can be manually entered. It can be see that from the dependency view, how it can get calculated. For the user business impact, we see the criticality of the affected user. Is it like on the management level or on the fresher level kind of things? Okay. Security incident business impact. We see the criticality of this field, business field, on this particular part. It means there are few fundamentals still in the background which we need to be understand. Okay. And then the risk score get calculated. There is a weightage has been defined. The same concept of the risk assessment in the change. The weightage need to be given. This is what the weightage you can see. You can see here, right? We're talking about the securities and business impact. Open it. Value is 2. Weightage is 60. Now, configuration impact. If it is somewhat critical, then weightage is 80. This is important point because this risk calculation is the key fundamental on this part. So it says if the value of this impact, business impact is 2, then put the weightage this one. And at the last, we club all the weightages and we get the percent. Sorry, we get the average part of this. And then we calculate the risk. Okay, so it means if I open this incident, let me open this. TSU URITY security incident, and I can come here, show open, and click on this. So we can get this field affected user. We can see that what is the affected user here and what field it contains. Do we have something like this to be tracked? No, I doubt we have nothing to be tracked here. Okay, but business impact is 95. It means it considers this is business impact of the security incident. So it's 2, priority is 4. So this 2 and 4 go in the background, check the weightage and bring it the things for me. And then we calculate this part. Okay, but important point is that this particular step, these and these are very much important for the understanding perspective. Don't miss it. Don't go in hurry. Just see that what is given here and how it will get calculated. Maybe the fields which I'm not able to find out. CI configuration business impact. Let's say what is the CI here? Do we have the CI here? Yes, we don't have a CI here. What is the business impact of this? Open the record and see. There must be some value of the business impact on this particular part. Let's see what they mention here is the risk. And risk setup. Let's leave this one, business impact. Means if it is a 3 or less critical. So stuff are there that we have to be see that how this particular stuff need to be work upon. Because everything work in a separate manner. Like if I say here, let me come back on my this part like this. CI has a most critical, or I can say somewhat critical, where SI business impact the 1 or means like critical or medium kind of things. But SI priority is 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. So these 6 parameters has a, or this 6 parameter has a different value, and on the basis of the value this get calculated. Now only thing is left that how this work in the background is very much important. Like how this risk get calculated. Maybe some business rule, maybe some script is running in the background, which practically I'm not aware about this. If I I forget. We have the groups in the backend. Now I got it. Yes. So once we get this part, because there are multiple combinations, multiple groups are there. So you can see here I have a point here, calculator group. Calculator group is more important. And how this calculator group work? Let's find out here. Security incident or calculator. This security incident calculator groups. This is what is the point here. Mainly three parameters are in the calculator group: severity, user criticality, and the business impact. That how the business impact calculated, how the user criticality get calculated, and how this thing get calculated. Very much important from the examination perspective and very much confusing as well to understand and to learn this part. Okay. So how this work? Let's say business impact. Under the business impact, we have calculator called aggregate from the severity calculator. Open this. And this is what we have to be see. Set these value. And when the condition is met. I'm not going in deep dive, but what it says specifically that order is also matter here. Means if I say that I have a 6 calculator groups, then each group will be run. And then yes, and then the calculation will be done on that particular part. So like if I'm calculating the severity, then I have to be see all the conditions mentioned here. So what I can say here that this is the order. Number one is important. These are specific fields. Let me see if I can try again. Let's say insert and stay. See condition type, filter one, filter group or script. How you want to do this filtration part. OK. Then we can put some conditions as well on this part. And then we can define the particular value. If you want to add the scripting, you can add the advanced view as well. So like this. And then you can do the complete scripting part. You can write your code here and you can do your part. I am telling you from experience, I take this particular session at least 3 times in the lab and in the training as well, because it is so confusing. The concept is very small. OK, we have this calculator group. So several groups each run in turn and only one calculator will run at a given point of time. So it means if I can say this thing insert calculator group, each will run. That's fine. There are several groups. Yes, we have several groups. Each will run, but only one calculator run at a given point of time. And accordingly, risk will be mentioned or updated here. So let's take example of the severity. Now you can see a very good example. OK, in the severity, I want to set the severity when with the help of the priority with the observable. This is what we are talking, right? This one. Set priority with the category and services, critical service changes, multi-attacks vectors, business impacted. So if I open this, what it be checking? Let's see. Little bit we can do little R&D. And you can see here. Completely code, so I have no idea. But they're setting up the priority as a 1. So you have to be go this utility, you have to be check. If I say this one, when this condition met for the scripting, this code override plus false and other things will be if category is a denial of services, then you have to do this part. So multiple factors are required to understand this part. And once it run properly, and then we have to do. And what we are setting? So you can see what we are setting. We're setting the severity. It means if I open any incident and the severity is coming, it get calculated with this help of this particular stuff. Calculate to set impact, priority, risk and severity. This is what is important here. Okay, and these are the different calculators. First, this will run, then this will run, then this will run, then this will run. All this in a manner. But at a time, only one will run, and then it will take a decision to override and how to set up the value. This is important. These 3 lines are important for the understanding examination perspective. Don't miss out this part. Okay, and if you're preparing for this, I'll strongly recommend do the hands-on at least 2 or 3 times on this part. That how we are not see this implementation is not the technical part. This implementation exam is to understand the product fundamentally, and this is what I'm able to or I'm doing here. I'm sharing the fundamental knowledge or the functional knowledge with you guys that how this get calculated. Okay, so with this, we have completed our topic of the calculator as well. And in the next day, day number 13, we are connecting soon and we'll do the next part here. Till time, thank you and bye bye guys.